sing song Gopinath from Kalyana Kalpata. Gopinath mama nivedana sono Gopinath Gopinath mama nivedana sono Gopinath sono Deshai durjana sada kamaratam kitu nahi mora tumi sada kamarata kitu nahi mora guna Gopinath amara barasa tumi Gopinath tomara charane loyo sharana tomara kinkaro ami tomara charane Gopinath bemore sodi bemore Gopinath na jani bhakati karme jodo mati পড়েছি সংসার ঘরে না জান Gopinath 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 sakali tomara maya Gopinath Gopinath sakali tomara maya Gopinath nahi mama bala nana sunirmala swadina nahe kaya nahi mama bala Gopinath niyata charaye sthana Gopinath sthana mage para kandiya kandiya करो है करुणा दाना मागे पामारा गोपीनाथ तुमी तो सकली पारो गोपीनाथ तुमी तो सकल दुर्जने तारे ते तुम्हारा सकते के आचे पापीरारो गोपीनाथ तुमी कृपा पारबारा गोपीनाथ पारबारा जीवेर कारणे आसिए प्रपंच लीला कोइले सुबिसारा जीवेर कारणे आसिया प्रपंच लीला कोइले सुबिसारा गोपीनाथ आमी के दोसे दोसे गोपीनाथ असुर सकला पाइलो चरण विनोद था गिरो भोसे असुर सकला गोपीनाथ 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 Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur ki jai. Into the translation.
Oh Gopinath, how you will purify me? I do not know what devotion is, and my materialistic mind is absorbed in fruitive work. I have fallen into this dark and perilous worldly existence.
O Gopinath, the sinner who is weeping and weeping, begs for an eternal place at your divine feet. Please give me your mercy.
O Gopinath, you are the ocean of mercy. Having come into this phenomenal world, you expand your divine pastimes for the sake of the fallen souls.
O Gopinath, I am so sinful that all the demons attend your lotus feet. Bhaktivinoda has reminded me.
Part 2 we can continue after the class. Hare Krishna. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। नारायणं नमस्कृत्यं नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयमुदीरयेत्। नष्टप्रायेषु अबद्धेषु नित्यं भागवत सेवया भगवतीरुत्तमश्लोके भक्तिर्भवति नैष्टिकी। कृष्णाय वासुदेवाय देवकी नंदनाय च नन्दगोपकुमाराय गोविन्दाय नमो नमः। नमः पंकजनाभाय नमः पंकजमालिने नमः पंकजनेत्राय नमस्ते पंकजांग्रये। Hare Krishna. Reading from Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam, first canto, chapter 11, 39th verse. Tam menire abala muda strainam anuvartam raha paramana vidaha bardo ईश्वरं मतयः यथा तं मे निरे बलामूदाः तं मे निरे बलामूदाः स्त्रीणं चानुवर्तं रहा स्त्रैणं चानुवर्तं रहा अप्रमाण विदो भर्तुर ईश्वरं मतयो यथा ईश्वरं मतयो यथा तं मे निरे बलामूदा तं मे निरे बलामूदा स्त्रैणं चानुवर्तं रहा स्त्रैणं चानुवर्तं रहा अप्रमाणविदो भर्तुर ईश्वरं मतयो यता Please recite. Balamudaha Apramana vido bhartur Ishwaram matayo yata Amme nire balamuda Trainam tanuvartamaha Apramana vido bhartur Ishwaram matayo yata Tame nire bhalamudaha Trainam chanuvartamaha Apramana vido bhartur ईश्वरं मतयो यथा तम्मे निरे बलामूढा त्रैणं चानुव्रतं रहा अप्रमाणं विदो भर्तुर् ईश्वरं मतयो यथा तम्मे निरे बलामूढा त्रैणं चानुव्रतं रहा अप्रमाणविदो भर्तुर् ईश्वरं मतयो यथा. Mataji's. Word meaning, translation and purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Come unto Lord Sri Krishna. Many took it for granted. Balaha, delicate. Mudaha, because of simplicity. Srainam, one who is dominated by his wife. Cha, also. Anuvratam, follower. Raha, lonely place. Apramana vidaha, apramana vaidaha, aware of the extent of glories. Bhartur, of their husband. Ishwaram, the supreme controller. Marayaha, this is. Yata, as it is. Translation: the simple and delicate woman truly thought that Lord Sri Krishna, their beloved husband, followed them as was dominated by them. They were unaware of the extent of the glories of their husband, as the atheists are unaware of him as the supreme controller. Please repeat. The simple and delicate woman truly thought that Lord Sri Krishna, their beloved husband, followed them as was dominated by them. They were unaware of the extent of the glories of their husband, as the atheists are unaware of him as the supreme controller. Purport. Even the transcendental wives of Lord Sri Krishna did not know completely the unfathomable glories of the Lord. The ignorance is not mundane because there is some action of the internal potency of the Lord in the exchange of feelings between him and his eternal associates. The Lord exchanges transcendental relations in 5 ways: as proprietor, master, friend, son, and lover, and in each of these pastimes, he plays fully in the potency of Yoga Maya, the internal potency. He plays exactly like an equal friend with the cowherd boys, or even with friends like Arjuna. He plays exactly like a son in the presence of Yashoda Mata. He plays exactly like a lover in the presence of the cowherd damsels. And he plays exactly like a husband in presence of the queens of Dwaraka. Such devotees of the Lord never think of the Lord as the supreme, but think of him exactly as a common friend, a pet son, or a lover or husband, very much dear to heart and soul. That is the relation between the Lord and his transcendental devotees, who act as his associates in the spiritual sky, where there are innumerable Vaikuntha planets. When the Lord descends, he does so along with his entourage to display a complete picture of the transcendental world, where pure love and devotion for the Lord prevail without any mundane tinge of lording it over the creation of the Lord. Such devotees of the Lord are all liberated souls, perfect representations of the marginal and internal potency in complete negation of the influence of the external potency. The wives of Lord Krishna were made to forget the immeasurable glories of the Lord by the internal potency, so that there may not be any flaw of exchange. And they took it for granted that the Lord was a henpecked husband, always following them in lonely places. In other words, even the personal associates of the Lord do not know Him perfectly well. So what do the thesis writers or mental speculators know about the transcendental glories of the Lord? The mental speculators present different uh, thesis as to His becoming the cause of creation, the ingredients of the creation, or the material and efficient cause of the creation, etc. But all this is but partial knowledge about the Lord. Factually, they are as ignorant as the common man. The Lord can be known by the mercy of the Lord only, and by no other means. But since the dealings of the Lord with His wives are based on the pure transcendental love and devotion, the wives are all on the transcendental planes without material contamination. Hence, Bhaktivedanta purports of the first canto, 11th chapter of the Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam, entitled Lord Krishna's Entrance into Dwarka. Om Agyatim Ransya Jnanajana Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Sri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Stapyam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamhyam Tadati Supadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yutapadamulam Shri Gurun Vaishnavamshta Shri Rupam Sakrajatam Sahagana Raghunathanvitam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Harijan Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padam Sahagana Lalita Shri Shakanvidamshta Namam Vishnu Padaya Krishna Preshtaya Bule Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swaminti Namine Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine Vancha Kalpatarubhyesh Kripa Sindhya Chaditanam Pavnibhyo Vaishnavibhyo Namo Namaha Namo Mahavadanyaya Krishna Vimprayate Krishna Krishna Chaitanya Namini Gaurashimha He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dina Bandhagatte Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namaste Tanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavishwari Rishabhanusuti Devi Pranamami Haripriya Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityan Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shri Vasadi Gaurvrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Shri Shri Radha Madhav Ki Jai Shri Jagannath Baleswara Mai Ki Jai Shri Gaumita Ki Jai Shri Prabhupada Ki Jai Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam Ki Jai. Hare Krishna. Welcome everyone for today's Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam class. So today is the last verse of the chapter entitled Lord Krishna's Entrance to Dwaraka. All this chapter was like, we learned many things from this chapter about the transcendental dealings of Lord with his devotees. So similarly here in this verse, you see, I believe the translation once more. The simple and delicate woman truly thought that Lord Sri Krishna, the beloved husband, followed them and was dominated by them. They were unaware of the extent of the glories of their husband, as the atheists are unaware of him as the supreme controller. So, the wives of Lord Sri Krishna in Dwaraka, so they were all thinking that Krishna is their beloved husband. Under the influence of Yogamaya. Under the influence of Yogamaya, they were thinking, okay, Krishna is my husband. And all of the 16,000 wives, they doesn't know that Krishna has expanded into 16,000 forms. They think Krishna is only with me. Just like it happens in Rasa Leela also. And Krishna, every gopi thinks that Krishna is only with me. And similarly, it happens when the cowherd boys goes for herding the cows in the forest. It is said that when Krishna leaves from Vrindavan to take the cows for herding, so in thousands of cowherd boys join Krishna along with so many thousands of cows, unlimited. In other words, in the spiritual world, unlimited of cowherd boys, they join Krishna. And they make groups. In the lunchtime, they make groups And Krishna is in every group actually. Like that, there is infinite cohort boys and so many forms Krishna. And Krishna is sharing, they are also sharing their lunch along with Krishna. So that is the power of Krishna's Yoga Maya. That's what is explained here about Yoga Maya. The wives of Krishna were under Yoga Maya. And that's why they are thinking Krishna is only with me. He's my husband. They were thinking like this. So similarly, as in this purport, we can see Srila Prabhupada gives very elaborate report here. Even the transcendental wives of Lord Sri Krishna did not know completely the unfathomable glories of the Lord. The ignorance is not mundane because there is same action of the internal potency of the Lord, the exchange of feelings between Him and His eternal associates. You can see Lord has unlimited energies, unlimited potencies, and living entity is marginal potency. Internal potency is Yoga Maya, and external potency is Mahamaya. So living entity can go into Yoga Maya, come into influence of Yoga Maya, or can get influence into Mahamaya. Actually, the energy is the same. The energy is the same. Prabhupada gives an example that we can take the electricity. Same electricity we can use it to make, by a air conditioner we can make room cool. The same electricity we can use for heating it up. Now there are so many equipments that came up. Electric stove is there, inductions is there. So they are also cooking with electricity. So same energy is there. So similarly, the same energy is acting differently. Acting differently. When we come into the potency of influence of Yoga Maya, it means when we come in touch with devotees, when we come in touch with pure devotees, immediately the Yoga Maya acts. Yoga Maya also, it's called as Vidya, and Mahamaya is called as Avidya. Mahamaya has two ways of covering, Prakshepatmika Shakti and Avaranatmika Shakti. Prakshepatmika Shakti means Avaranatmika Shakti means covering potency, and Prakshepatmika Shakti means to makes us dull, and influence of Maya. So that is the potency. But Yoga Maya has the potency to make us forget that Krishna is supreme. In Vrindavana, if Yashodamai knows that Krishna is the same Supreme Personality of Godhead which is worshipping at home, Narayana, Lakshmi Narayana, Yashodamai worships and offers every day, she makes makan and she offers to Lakshmi Narayana. Once Krishna, when Yashodamai is offering makan, he says, "No, I am that Supreme Person, you offer it to me, why are you offering it to him? I am that person, I am the same person." Then Yashodamai will chastise Krishna actually. So like this, Krishna, he tries to show in different ways. Like Krishna lifted Govardhan hill. Can any 7 years old boy do such a start of lifting a big hill? Only Krishna can do that because he is the supreme personality of Godhead. But you can see that Yoga Maya, how it is covering the intelligence of the Vrajavasis. They are thinking, Krishna, he has some power, that's it. Maybe he is some powerful person like that. But he is our most beloved and lovely person. We love him. He is my son. That much only, because Yogamaya is covering. Yogamaya in Vrindavana is called Paurnamasi. Paurnamasi, her name. She is an elderly gopi. So she arranges for all the pastimes of the Lord in Vrindavana. All the pastimes. So similarly here, the wives of Lord Krishna, They are covered by the Yogamaya potency. So in Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam there are so many examples about the Yogamaya. When God appears, his energies also appear in different ways. So we can have some discussion about the Yogamaya, how from Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam some examples. So example of Yogamaya. In any of the pastimes of the Lord appeared as Narsimha, Lord appeared as Varaha, Lord appears as Vamana, as Matsya. So, yes, bro. Yeah. Lord Krishna, when he takes mud, so Lord Balram will go and complain to Yashodamai. And when Yashodamai comes and sees in the mouth of Krishna, she sees all the universes. And in that universe she sees herself and Krishna again. So she immediately falls unconscious and falls off. And after waking up, she forgets everything. This is the influence of Yogamaya. There are so many examples. Yes. Bhagavad Gita. Arjuna is actually pure devotee. He is not into any illusion or any. Pure devotee has never come to the influence of Mahamaya. Because Mahanastu Mampa. Yogamaya Samanvritaha. What is that verse from Bhagavad Gita? Daivi esha gunamai mama maya. Mahatmanastu Mahampa Daivim Prakriti Mashrita. So Daivim Prakriti. They are always on the Daivi Prakriti, spiritual potency. So in that way Arjuna is in full knowledge of Krishna, who is Krishna. Krishna puts him in the Yogamaya. When it is said also, when Krishna showed universal form, even Duryodhana could see the universal form. But because Duryodhana is envious to Krishna, because he is against Krishna, so he cannot appreciate the universal form. He didn't appreciate that Krishna is Supreme Personality of God. Only Arjuna could understand that he is that same Supreme Personality of God. Brahma Vimohan Lila. When Brahma Vimohan Lila, when Brahma takes all the cohort boys, so it is said that even Lord Balram could understand that Krishna has expanded himself into different, all these cohort boys and calves and calves. Even Lord Balram couldn't understand it. So that is the influence of Yogamaya. Any other examples? Damodar Lila. Yeah. This Yashodamai, Damodar Lila, we know, Yashodamai feels that, no, I have to chastise my son. No, he is doing mischievous, so I have to tie him up. So this is also the influence of Yogamaya. Yeah, we already discussed about that. And we can see the pastime of Matsya. It is said that Matsya, when he appears as very small in the Satyavata, which is Kamandalu. He will be very small, and gradually, he becomes such vast. And in that ocean of devastation, which is even fearful for Brahma, Lord Brahma was feeling fearful. He is the sun creator, but he is feeling fearful. But for Krishna, as Matsya Avatar, he is enjoying that water of devastation. He is going here and there. So that is the spiritual potency of the Lord. He takes pleasure when he comes No, he takes pleasure by demonstrating his pastimes. And it is bewildering even for demigods. So this is the potency of Lord. And even in Kurma avatar, if somebody have a rich, he has to scratch there. So when Lord have it, he needs a whole mountain to scratch his back to satisfy his itch. So it's bewildering for at least they hear this. What is this? They will get confused actually. They cannot believe this. How come Supreme Lord can take that form of tortoise and kurma? So they are completely bewildered. By this bewilderment, they are actually because they are namam skita muda prapadyanti naradamha maya artha hita jnana asuram bhavam. Because they are asuric, cannot understand. Because Mahamaya gives avidya. Avidya means he keeps conditioned souls into illusion. And the conditioned soul is deprived with the knowledge of that he is a servant of Supreme Lord. So she keeps the conditioned soul here, this material, and nicely makes him forget everything. That is the potency of Mahamaya. And in the pastime of Lord Nrsimhadev, he just appears from the pillar, Adbhuta Shringam, you say. So he is Adbhuta. And Varahadev, he appears from the nostril of Brahmadev. Very small and suddenly he becomes so big. And he feeds with Hiranyaksha for his pleasure. Because Hiranyaksha is, we know who is Hiranyakashipu. They were the doorkeepers of Vaikuntha. Because Lord has some purpose. So it is conditions of our Vaikunthavas is, for example, Dwarapalka cannot fall down from spiritual world. But why they came? To satisfy the Lord, to satisfy his desire. And Lord also shows his supremacy, his power by performing his pastimes. And in Vamana Leela, Lord Vamandev asks for 3 steps only. And Bali Maharaj will say, I can give you a whole village. Why are you asking just 3 steps? It's offending me actually. ये मेरे लिए अवमान है. He says, this is like making me insignificant. I can, whole world is mine. Ask me one village, I will give you. I can give you one kingdom. But Lord Vaman says, no, I just want 3 steps. I am a brahmachari. Brahmanas should not have greed, so I don't want to greed much. Just give me 3 steps. In 2 steps he covered whole his property, whole universe. And 3rd step, he has to surrender his ego. He is the master of everything. He surrendered. So this is all because of the Lord's Yogamaya potency arranges all these things for the Lord to perform his pastimes. And so Prabhupada emphasizes here that Lord exchanges transcendental relations in 5 ways: as proprietor, master, friend, son, and lover. And each of these pastimes he plays fully by the potency of Yogamaya. So when one considers the Supreme Lord as a proprietor, there is no any other exchanges. They cannot have the exchange of sun or exchange of Santa Rasa or other rasas. There will be only the exchange of Das Rasa with the Lord in Vaikuntha. And even this is the potency of Lord Yogamaya. When the Lord is in Vrindavana, Mother Yashodamaya and Nanda Maharaj, they feel Krishna as their son. But similarly, if you see Vasudeva and Devaki, because they know Krishna is same Supreme Personality of God, they don't have the same feeling towards Krishna. They don't have the same feeling. Because they already know that Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So their rasa is different with God. And the rasa of Nanda Maharaj and Yashodamaya is different, which is covered by, again, Yogamaya. and friend of Krishna. They are also covered by Yogamaya. He plays exactly like a son in the presence of Yashodamaya. He plays exactly like love in the presence of court damsels. And he plays exactly like a husband in the presence of queens of Dwaraka. So even Krishna, if he shows his supremacy, he is the supreme controller, he is the supreme personality of Godhead. Even if he shows to the devotees who are having different relationship with the Lord in these five rasas, they will not come to understand that Krishna is the supreme person of God because of Yogamaya. Potency. So this is the potency of Lord, Yogamaya. So I have some collection of from the purpose of Srila Prabhupada about Yogamaya. So once Srila Prabhupada was in his room and some guests were there. So one of the guests, he asked about the Yogamaya, about the Yogamaya. So then Srila Prabhupada answers that by saying, Yogamaya means that which connects you. Yoga means connection. When you are being gradually advanced in Krishna consciousness, that is the action of Yogamaya. And when you are gradually forgetting Krishna, that is the action of Mahamaya. Maya is acting upon you. The one is dragging you. And the one is pushing you opposite way. Yogamaya. So just like the example that you are always under the law of government, you cannot deny. If you say I don't agree to abide by laws of government, that is not possible. But when you are a criminal, you are under the police laws. And when you are gentleman, you are under the civil laws. The laws are there in any situation. You have to obey the laws of government. If you remain as a civilized citizen, then you are always protected by civil law. But as soon as you are against the state, the criminal law will act upon you. So the criminal activities of the law is Mahamaya, threefold miseries. Always putting in some sort of misery. And the civil department of Krishna, Anandam Buddhivardhanam. You simply go on increasing. I mean to say depth of the ocean of thought. Anandam Buddhivardhanam. That is the difference. Yogamaya and Mahamaya. Yogamaya is the original Yogamaya is Krishna's internal potency. It is Radharani. And Mahamaya is the external potency, Durga. This Durga is explained in Brahma Samhita. Srishti Sthiti Pralaya Sadhana Shakti Reka Chayeva Yasya Bhuvanani Bibharti Durga. Durga is the superintendent goddess of this whole material world. Everything is going on under her control. Prakriti is energy. Energy is accepted as feminine. Just like these materialistic persons, they are also working under some energy. What is that energy? The sex life. That's all. They are troubling so much. Oh, at night I will have sex life. That's all. That is the energy. Yan maitunadi grahmedi sukam hitucham. The life is based on sex. That's all. Everyone is working so hard, culminating in sex. That's all. That is material life. So energy. The material energy means sex. So that is the energy. If any person who is working in the factory, if you stop sex, he cannot work. And when he is unable to enjoy sex life, then he takes intoxication. This is material life. So energy must be there. Here in the material world, the energy is sex. And the spiritual world, the energy is love. Here love is misinterpreted in sex. That is not love. That is lust. Love is only possible with Krishna, nowhere else. Nowhere else love is possible. That is misrepresentation of love. That is lust. So love and lust, love is Maya, Yoga Maya, and lust is Mahamaya. That's all. This lecture actually from Seattle, October 18, 1968. So in another lecture, Prabhupada again speaks out Yogamaya. A question was asked by Upendra Prabhu. Prabhupada, can you explain Mahamaya and Yogamaya? Was Arjuna under Yogamaya or Mahamaya? Prabhupada, Arjuna, when he was thinking in terms of his personal sense gratification, he was under Mahamaya. Prabhupada says. And when he agreed to execute the order of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, then he is under Yogamaya. Upendra, how is it Arjuna if he was eternally liberated? Prabhupada, because he is living entity, he is marginal. There is chance of marginal means I have explained several times, just like the land between the ocean and the land. There is a portion of land which is sometimes merged within water. Sometimes it is land. The living entity's position is like that, marginal energy. He may be under the influence of Yogamaya or he may be under the influence of Mahamaya. When he is under the influence of Mahamaya, that is his conditional life. And when he is under the influence of Yogamaya, he is free. Chant Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. So these are two lectures by Srila Prabhupada about Yogamaya and Mahamaya. So, when we engage in devotional service of the Lord, sometimes we fall back. And sometimes we come under the modes, because we are in the marginal potency. So, when we practice sincerely, then Yogamaya takes over. But when we feel reluctant, when we feel okay, both, no, I have done enough. Let me engage in some material activity or desire in material things. Then Mahamaya slowly enters. She acts upon us. When we engage in materially, in sense gratification, the Mahamaya takes over. And all the three miseries, Adi Bhautika, Adhyatmika and Adi Daiva, miseries will be again affected. When it's not that devotee is not affected by the three miseries, they will be affected, but under the influence of Yogamaya, they are given, because practice spiritual life, so that Ananda Mudivardhanam, Srila Prabhupada says, that Ananda, spiritual happiness, bliss, will be there always. But when the devotee is not sincere and not practicing properly, then his intelligence is, he will be kept in avidya. And he will gradually think, why I am here. And he may go away from the devotee association also. Then the influence of Mahamaya acts. So we have to be very careful to always maintain our sadhana, so that, because by practicing Krishna consciousness, when we maintain our proper sadhana, as a sadhaka, proper sadhana, then we are always in sattva guna. When we are in sattva guna, then we will be under the influence of, more into the influence of Yogamaya. Then our spiritual intelligence about the relation between us and the Lord will increase actually. We will come to know more things. We will come to understand the Shastra in a better way. But when we feel reluctant, then gradually our intelligence is lost. We may know that Krishna is Supreme Personality of God and I am a servant of Krishna, but still we may engage in material activities, self-gratification. So, Hare Krishna. Any questions, comments? Any oppositions?
Hare Krishna Prabhu, Dandavas Prabhu, you told that regarding Mahamaya and Yogmaya. So Prabhuji, nowadays also in ISKCON we see that many of the senior Vaishnavas who got the taste in holy name, and they are just relishing their spiritual life. So Prabhuji, does that mean that they are under Yogmaya and Mahamaya is not anymore disturbing them the way she disturbs us?
Just like we just heard from Srila Prabhupada, even Arjuna, when he forgot his duty that he has to do, fight in the war, when he was feeling backward, then Arjuna, even Prabhupada says that he is also under conditioned soul. So he is also jiva. He may fall into marginal Mahamaya. But when Arjuna understood that I have to do this for the pleasure of Krishna, then he was under Yogmaya. So it acts accordingly. When we forget Krishna, that is the whole principle, our Krishna conscious movement. Matavyam satatam Vishnu, nismartavyam na jatu. Always remember Krishna, never forget Krishna. Even for a momentary time, if we get attracted to something and forget Krishna, then we are under influence of Mamaya. But when we always chant Hare Krishna or meditate on Srila Prabhupada books, read Srila Prabhupada books, and hear Srila Prabhupada's Vani, his lectures, then we are always under Yogamaya. Yogamaya cannot protect us from material discomforts or all these things. But Yogamaya is giver of spiritual bliss, Ananda Vardham, which is everlasting. And she gives knowledge of Krishna. Yes,
Krishna. In your lecture, we came to know the Yogam and Mahamaya, how it affects us. When we go for preaching, we see so many devotees, so many people, they keep Laddu Gopal, or they keep some Archavirahas, or they keep some photographs, and they do their own way of worshipping. Are they under Mahamaya or Yogamaya?
Without proper shastric, because Shastra is the basis, with proper shastric knowledge, without proper sampradaya, without following acharyas, that worship is just like sentiment, because there is no knowledge of Krishna. There is no knowledge of Krishna. So they are doing it like how they respect other demigods. Similarly, they are, in that way they are considering even Krishna. Because they are not in knowledge that Krishna is Supreme Personality of Godhead. Only when we came to know that Krishna is Supreme Personality, when we came in touch with Sadhu and Shastra, Guru, Sadhu and Shastra. So without the mercy of Guru, Sadhu and Shastra, so whatever they do is just with their own idea, it's just not considered proper worship. It's not that they are worshipping the same person, same Supreme Person. They may even put Sai Baba picture behind Krishna, and who knows, they may be worshipping Sai Baba only. Krishna is there, just Krishna is there, that's it. I have seen in one Sri Vaishnava home, they have big huge photo of Satya Sai Baba, and in the altar they have Radhanath and Bhudevi, Sridevi, and they are worshipping. What knowledge they have? of Lord Narayana. So like that. Prabhu can give more elaborate. Yes, Prabhu, please.
Yeah, the worship is as per the guidelines of scriptures and as per the instruction of the spiritual master or the senior service authorities or Vaishnavas or Sikcharus, whatever. So then it is a proper worship. And if the worship is the mental speculation, then it is like nowadays sometimes people, they show some, dressing that they give goggles to the deities, so that is all mental speculation. So, we refer the scriptures and it is Yogamaya as per the guidelines and instructions of the Guru. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Did you say Mohini Murti also as Yogamaya pastime?
Mohini Murti? No, I did not.
Didn't add, but it is also correct, Krishna.
Yeah.
Yogamaya.
Yeah.
Mohini Murti pastime. Let us compile
Yes,
a
Prabhu.
book on the questions of Chintamani Prabhu. Bhagavatam classes of Bhagavatam classes of ISKCON Attapur, questions and answers. All questions. Every day, 365 questions of Chintamani Prabhu.
Yes,
Hare
Prabhu.
Krishna, Prabhuji. Prabhuji, you give an example that energy is the same. It acts according to the device, right? Whether it's a heater or a refrigerator.
Yeah.
So what potential we have? I mean, the Shastra says human body is supposed to do spiritual activity, but it's working both ways, right? Sometimes as a heater, sometimes
It is working.
both ways, right? Right? We are supposed to do a devotional service, but it is coming under Mahamaya, sometimes coming under Yogamaya. What kind of body we have? It should be supporting one way. That would be easy, right? So I really don't know how it works in both ways.
We need to only under one way. There is no any rasa then. There is no, because we have our eternal relationship with Krishna, and that will interfere there. That will interfere. Because we have free will, Krishna has given free will, freedom. Free will is there. Then that's why he cannot control us. No, he cannot keep us only into Yoga Maya. And no, you have to love me. He cannot tie us into only Yoga Maya. No, can father forcefully make their children love him? No. Naturally it comes. But if the child is arrogant, he is not listening to the parents. No, parents, what they will do, okay. Oh, as you like, they will say. That natural love doesn't come, isn't it, Prabhu? Similarly, we have with Krishna the transcendental relationship. We have Atmendya Priti Vancha Tarya Galigam Krishnendya Priticha Dhare Preman. We have love in spiritual world along with Krishna. That rasa is there. Krishna cannot force to give us. So we decided to be our Mahamaya. We want to stay with Krishna. We are unable to stay in the Yoga Maya. That's why we are into Mahamaya. We should be under some influence, either Yoga Maya or Mahamaya. So we have decided to be under Mahamaya. So we are here. And this material world is just 1/4. Spiritual world is 3/4. There is innumerable living entities are there actually who are serving the Lord in spiritual world under the influence of Yoga Maya. But in the material world, Mahamaya is active. She is in charge in the material world. But in the temple, Yoga Maya is active. Because temple, Krishna is there, Radhanath is there, devotees are there. We are discussing about Krishna. We are taking prasadam. We are dancing, singing. This is all under the influence of Yoga Maya. It's spiritual world, not different from spiritual world. Same thing. Hare Krishna. Yes.
In Bhagavad Krishna says, Ekansena sthato jat. So that is ek ans.
Ekhans, yeah.
So I don't understand how we understand it as like 1/4. Like it is one ans bola
Ek
hai.
ans,
So how it is one, and moreover like
It is inconceivable.
Krishna's creation is unlimited, so how can we divide it by 4? Because like something is unlimited, we cannot
Actually, Prabhupada, just to make us understand that spiritual world is unlimited. We cannot actually measure it. We cannot measure spiritual world. Can we measure ocean? We cannot measure. Even similarly, we cannot measure the material world even. So this is just to make us understand that where we are and where we have to be. That is Acharyas, they...
It doesn't mean that material world is actually 1/4.
No. Even material world is unlimited. But to make us understand that this is not the place where we have to stay, just to make us understand. Of course, spiritual world is unlimited. Unlimited. There is no end to it. And because Leela is Madhura, Lord enjoys his Srishti Madhura. So even this material world is unlimited in that way. Because Lord comes here to perform his pastimes. So that's why even material world is unlimited in that way. This is my answer. If anyone has any more detailed answer. Achintya. Basically Achintya.
Actually, I have one more question regarding one sloka was there exactly. I didn't remember. Then it comes Tripad, Ekpad. Same sloka is there.
Okay.
Regarding the size of the creation. The question is how people have a lot of faith that Lord Krishna is Bhavagahi Janardhan. Then we discussed before that we do Avidipurvaka Seva, then it is not fruitful. Then how Krishna can be called as Bhavagahi Janardhana?
Come again, bro.
We discussed that those who are doing worshipping without taking shelter of acharyas or scriptures or sadhus are doing mentally or speculating.
Yeah.
Krishna can accept their truth
Because he is Bhavagrahi Janardana. Okay.
Then we can call it as a under influence of Mahamaya or Yoga Maya.
Okay.
How it acts generally. Lord's energies, potencies, how it acts upon certain
About such. Definitely Lord is Bhavagrahi Janardana. But without even one knows that Lord is Bhavagrahi Janardana. One has knowledge of God. But I am the servant of Krishna, I am eternal part and parcel of Krishna, and I am meant to serve Krishna. And in that way he continues serving the Lord. This understanding is different from the understanding of the person who is doing a mental speculation worship. He has no any basic sastric knowledge. And he doesn't know that he is part and parcel of Krishna. He knows that, okay, by worshipping Krishna, he likes Krishna. There is some attraction to Krishna. And that will help him to Krishna somehow or other makes him connect to devotees or connect to Srila Prabhupada books or something. If he is inquisitive, if he is not ready to take the mercy, then because many people who come here, they also have Krishna at their home, they worship. I know one person who came to the donation of Seva of his one son. Both husband and wife, before temple was closing, he said, हम वृंदावन गए हैं, हमको लगा कि हम लड्डू गोपाल को खरीदे, तो हम लड्डू गोपाल को ले आए. So they brought Laddu Gopal, already they are started worshipping, and they don't know how to do, what to do. They just they saw deity was beautiful, they just got it and they started worshipping. And some elderly lady said, no, ऐसा नहीं करना है, आप कुछ दक्षिणा देना है मंदिर में, ऐसा करना है, ये करना बोल के, ऐसा ये सही नहीं है, ऐसा करना, आप ISKCON मंदिर जाओ, वहाँ पे आपको पता ही है. Then those people, such anxiety, inquisitiveness, they came here and they said, हमारे पास लड्डू गोपाल है. So, and the person said another thing, लड्डू गोपाल मेरे ड्रीम में आए हैं, ड्रीम में आके कि आप मंदिर जाके कुछ सेवा करो. So he didn't understand seva karo means okay. Then he came here. I want to give some donation. Okay, you give please. I said. He said I already hundi mein dal diya. I said okay. Then he explained all this thing. So he doesn't know how to worship. I said you come here regularly. You will understand how to worship Krishna. Who is actually Krishna? And he was ready to even take Tusimala and everything. They were ready to even chant. I said immediately take Pamala and start chanting, and then you can worship. So like this, if they, by the mercy of Krishna, somehow or other they may come in contact with devotees, somehow or other. But if they were ready to accept, so they took it up. If they are not ready, then they have to wait until they become qualified to get ready. That is my understanding, bro. But this will not go vain. I mean, their worship and all, that will be credited. That will be credited. Because they may chant Hare Krishna, they may say at least Govinda in their lifetime. That will benefit them. Hare Krishna. Time up. Yes, Prabhu.
In the purport here is a line that the Lord can be known by the mercy of the Lord only and by no other means. So we have also listened from Prabhupada that the Lord can be, devotional service can be granted by a pure devotee also. So is there any difference between these and
Devotees, I didn't get your question.
So Prabhupada says that the devotional service can be granted by the mercy of pure devotees.
Yeah.
And here in the purport, there is a line that
The Lord can be known by the mercy of Lord only.
The Lord only, by no other means. So is there any difference, or are these statements any?
No, pure devotees, they come to give Krishna. They come to give us Krishna. It's not that they are forgetful of Krishna, and they don't become devotees. They are nitya muktas, like Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada is Shakti Avatar. He just came here to take the movement forward, take the mission of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu forward, to take everywhere, all over the world. So that was his mission. All our acharyas are nitya muktas. But we living in everyone, we are conditioned. We are nitya baddhas. Nitya baddhas means we are conditioned in the material world. Although we have the knowledge of God, but it is covered. But nitya mukta, this is not covered. They are always Krishna conscious. They are always under the potency of Yoga Maya. Got it, Prabhu?
Yes, Prabhu. So, if somebody is seeking mercy of Lord, so should he go to directly to Lord, or should he seek the mercy of a pure devotee?
Okay. So, because it said you can understand Lord only by the mercy of the Lord.
Yes.
Yeah. Devotees are carrying Lord's mercy, isn't it? There is no difference between Lord's mercy and devotees giving mercy. The same thing. It is only via media they are giving the Lord's mercy. Just like these books, this is via media. This we are giving Srila Prabhupada instruction, these purports directly to the people. We are just via media giving the Lord's mercy. We are chanting on the street, we are giving Krishna Lord's mercy. We are distributing prasad. It's also Lord's mercy. Lord's mercy is everywhere. So only by Lord's mercy we can understand in that way. Only by His mercy we can understand Him. Yes, Prabhu. Yes, Prabhu.
By the mercy of the devotees, Lord descends here. We know the opening the temple, devotees did yajna, they invited Lord in the Acharya. Lord is here. But how we are able to connect? It's because of the Lord mercy only we are able to know Him. Lord is there, Lord already gave Him, but we are not able to know Him. By the mercy of the Lord only we will be able to know. You got the point?
Okay, we'll conclude here. Grandra Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam